Good morning, welcome to Race for Life Richmond. It is Sunday. Yesterday I was feeling a bit rough after Friday, if I'm honest. I presume I did a sign off. I think it was on Turnham Green Station, but honestly I don't recall a lot.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
Yesterday we went to Anthony and Lindsay's house, and we had a barbecue and with everyone and all the kids, and it was great fun. And frankly I needed food at that point because too much beer. But today is a beautiful day and all these women are going to be running 5k from that point all the way around the gardens, all the way around the park, down to the bottom, zigzagging around there, and then all the way back again. So Kristal starts with them at 11 o'clock. That's the theory. And I'm just going to do a few steps in the meantime because I feel slightly bad doing no exercise whilst everyone else is doing a lot. So I'm going to wander around Old Deer Park. So you see this obelisk here, and you might see there's one down there as well. You can see that under the trees. So they form a line which goes back through that gap in the trees there back to Kew Observatory. These are protected sight lines, however, as you can see, the foliage has grown up rather high there, so you can't actually see the observatory. But they'll have to chop that back. And there are a few of them around the around Kew Observatory. I think there's 4 or 5 different diagonals which are all protected. As you can see, look how quick some of the kids have got off. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's bonkers to me how fast children run this 5k. They probably won't win it, but they'll still be right up there. These are people who understand what pace to go at. So yeah, they're just coming around. That's the first kilometre, I think, shortly, and they zigzag around and back into the trees here, which is where I'm going to go because it's a bit more shaded. There we go. The leader has just gone back round in the reverse direction after about 13.5 minutes. The leaders have changed because the kids have, well, some of the kids have dropped back. This guy was in the lead for a while, the yellow, but they haven't measured their pace very well, probably because they're not used to it. So more than likely the adults will end up winning. But still, it's very inspiring to see this many people doing it, and it's 1,600 people are here today doing the Race for Life. So we've come to Petersham Open Gardens. We're currently at number 10 on the map, which is 2 Cedar Heights, and it is very impressive. It's different tiers in this garden, as you can see. So this very impressive garden is built on top of the ruins of an old house that was here until 1890s, and the cellars still exist there where the brickwork is, and that's why the garden is on so many different levels. So we've come around the corner from number 10 to number 3 on the map, which is Montrose House. Get ready for it because this is something else. I mean, how many glass houses do you need? Also, there's a lot of animals, elephants and sheep and all sorts. You might remember about 7 years ago I went to see all the elephants out in London for the elephant parade. Well, they auctioned them off afterwards, and there are 2 of them here. And this is as close as I've been to them since that video many years ago. He's in a bit of a state of disrepair, but it's kind of interesting. And then here around there looks excellent. There's obviously also tennis courts here, a couple of them. And then there's this, which we believe to be some sort of artificial ruin. This is the third garden. Confusingly, this is number 4. It's very nice. Beautiful shed there. Really nice garden with foxgloves, bee house and trampoline and what have you. So this is our full garden. This is number 1 on the map. This is Petersham Lodge. This garden is enormous. We're down one end of it, the other end from the house. They have bramble nets. My granddad used to have that. He used to grow all of his fruit in a net so the birds wouldn't eat him. Greenhouses, multiple vegetable beds, composting. It's good, this. More vegetables and statues.
Lemon bowl. Don't even guess what the lemon is.
That looks like a redwood. Oh, is this the chicken run? Okay, this I'll need to take a picture and show this to Alex. Because it's an aviary. No, it's chickens. This is what I expect to bare minimum. So past the chicken house, it's the folly which overlooks there's a little bridge and a pond. And then beyond the pond you can see the main house, which is, I mean, it's enormous. There's no two ways about it. That is a massive, massive house. I mean, the pond's massive. The pond's bigger than our flat. So that's all you need to know. It is quite stunning. And this is the main house. As you can see, large green space. There's a path leading back down towards the river that way. And a little place to sit. Pet graves. And a row of lime trees that you can walk down, stay in the shade. 5th house, or number 2, and this is very, very pretty. It's a good size, but it's not a mansion, and that conservatory is stunning, and then lovely flowers around the edge.
But you can do nice things, even you're like in a small space.
So we are at the 6th house, number 5 on the map. And it's this little house, and it's behind these trees. Beautiful garden, lawn and park. Obviously you also need a pool. So it's probably our last garden of the day. This is number 7 on the map. So our 6th. All these numbers are very confusing. Oh yes, you did just hear me scream. That happened. These flowers are wonderful, aren't they? Taking another one off the map just before closing. Made it to our 9th garden. This is number 6 on the map, and it has some wonderful foxgloves here, and a lovely space. Last one on the list, number 9. Hello. Isn't it rather odd to have a fat little Buddha in the middle of a roundabout? Maybe not. It's a very peaceful cemetery, and it seems sufficiently non-denominational. Anyway, so here we are. I am currently walking towards RHP. I have a service delivery committee meeting this evening at 6 o'clock. It's just gone 4, or it's just approaching 4 o'clock. So I'm having a leisurely stroll now that the weather has improved from this morning's greyathon, and I'm going to enjoy the first sort of summer walk to RHP this year. Should be nice. Can feel the sun, everything's pretty good. My brain does hurt a bit having read a lot of board papers, but that's a small price to pay. This is a slightly different route to the one I usually take because I have time and the weather's nice and I just need to be outside after having sat reading for so many hours now. And it's very enjoyable up here in Sheen. It's beautiful actually, so I'm just noticing in other people's houses really. Pretty nice around here, isn't it? And quiet. I'm just having a breather because I've got plenty of time and really just to soak it up a bit. It's definitely the month of foxgloves, as we saw in Petersham Open Gardens a couple of days ago, but also out here on in Richmond Park. They're lovely at this time of year. The bees love them too, and that's quite important because we need to protect our bees, because if the bee population fails, then all of humanity will die within about 5 years. And you might think it's a crazy thing to say, but without pollinators, most of the crops that we rely on for food would die, and we'd be in a big trouble very, very fast. So think about that. Pollinators are good, and you should plant things to encourage them. There's a wabbit there in centre frame, if I can keep it steady. Hello wabbit. He's ignoring me because I'm downwind. There's also, I think, a squirrel up there. Yep. Nature is hopping, and I'm nearly back to where we were on Sunday. Here we are at Teddington Lock. It's been a nice leisurely pace, nothing too crazy, and I'm nearly there. As my mind feels more settled for it. It's nothing like a walk before you've got to do something that involves brain power. It really does sort of get your thoughts together, so it's quite handy. And we're back, and it's still light, which is one of the beauties of having board meetings at this time of year. I mean, it's gone 9 o'clock, but that's not too terrible. The meeting was about 2 hours 20. It was a bit of a chunky one. I always think, oh, this one's not going to be too bad, and they're always longer than I think, but there we go. Alright, I am going to go and chill, because tomorrow I am at WebVid, and well, I don't know what we're doing. I'll explain it in the morning. Good morning, happy Wednesday. So today, I'm going to WebVid, as I just mentioned, although it was yesterday that I mentioned it. And we are filming and mixing live a roundtable discussion. And the idea behind that is to make it simpler to edit. So we got a load of vision mixing equipment, some new stuff, which should just work, but you know, invariably there'll be some challenges. So this morning we're going to spend a bit of time getting it to do what we want, making sure that we have all the sound sorted, and then the filming is, I think, 3 o'clock this afternoon. So it starts a bit late, but yeah, it should all be in the WebVid studio. And that's it. That's everything for today. Or at least that's how it's planned so far. Once I've completed my long stroll to Mortlake, and then further long stroll from Vauxhall to Oval, the day will commence. Hello, happy, was it Thursday morning? Yes, Thursday. I'm going back to WebVid today. I hadn't fully anticipated this. Today was going to be my day to go and buy birthday presents. That will have to become Saturday. But got that project finished that we started, you might remember, about 6 weeks ago, involving teaching English as a foreign language. And we'd been waiting on a lot of assets, which we now have, and I need to put it all together. So it's going to be quite a painful day, if I'm honest. But it needs doing and wrapping up. It needs to be the end of that, then we can move on to something else. I'm just going to have to get my head down and grip my teeth a bit, because it's not going to be super fun times. And there's something in the air today, that's my feeling, and it's not something great, unfortunately, and the weather's reflected it. So I'm just going to power on through today and look forward to the weekend. Hello there, it's me from the distant future. I've come back to give you a word of the week, but because it occurs to me that for the last 3 weeks or so I've been so rushed with the vlogs and I've been so behind, I haven't done words of the week. So let's start with this one. Now, the beginning of the week started with a lot of open gardens, and so I'm going to do a word that I feel I might have done before, but it's been a while anyway, and that word of the week is garden. So garden is the word of the week. And now, first of all, in German, garden, or the garden, is der Garten. Der Garten. That is German for the garden. And in Italian, garden is il giardino. Il giardino. That is Italian for garden. And that was this week's word of the week. Okay then, future me here again, because I didn't film anything on Friday, which is presumably why we missed the word of the week. Anyway, so Friday I went in to USP. It was the Canadian Grand Prix free practices, so I was just doing setup for that because they were in London for the Canadian Grand Prix. So that took up most of my day, and that meant that I was too knackered to do anything, presumably, because I don't even recall, to be honest. Shameful, I know, but I thank you for watching what I did record, and most of it being gardens. I hope you'll join me next week. I'll be filming in central London a conference on water, which is weird, but the building and the locale's interesting anyway. And I will be going to apply for my German passport. So I hope you'll join me then. See you later.
Toby.